Welcome back for the Electrical and Electronics Measurement course. I am Professor A.K. Kulkarni, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Angli Institute of Technology and Management, Bangalore. So we already started a module 2, that is a measurement of power, energy, power factor and frequency. So in this module we are going to concentrate how these various parameters can be measured, like power. So what all the devices are used to measure power, what all the devices are used to measure the energy, and likewise power factor and frequency. So in detail we are going to study these instruments, how they are calibrated, how they are working, what all the working principle behind for the measurement of all these parameters. So we'll start with first the measurement of power. As we already studied in our previous semester, there are various instruments are there to measure the power. For example, wattmeter, wattmeter is also there to measure the power, which is combination of voltage and current. It is a product of voltage and current to get the power. If we are having the voltmeter and the current ammeter, so with the help of these two meters also we can measure the power. So once we get the voltage and the current value from using these meters, so we can product those voltage and current values to get the power. So in our previous semester, that is in basic electrical engineering, so we already studied about dynamometer type of wattmeter. So in this session, we are going to recap how that dynamometer type of wattmeter works. Let us see the working principle behind the dynamometer type wattmeter. So this is the dynamometer type wattmeter which we already studied in basic electrical subject. So as it consists of two coils mainly, the fixed coils. These the fixed coils are separated and placed parallel to each other. So in between the fixed coils, so we are having a moving coil. So this is the moving coil. So on top of this moving coil, a needle is attached to it, or a pointer is attached to this moving coil, surrounded by these spindles which is having a springs like this. Okay, so the fixed coils, if you observe it carefully, the fixed coil, it is supplied or it is connected across the supply voltage, which means the voltage will be available between these 2 points. So now as the circuit is closed circuit, so when we are going to give a supply now, so what will happen, a current will start to flow through the circuit. Okay, so due to that, when the current enters through this first coil of the fixed coil, so as we know, due to the inductance principle, the flux will be created around these coils, and similarly the flux will, some amount of flux will be created around this second fixed coil, and same amount of current as this moving coil, it is connected to once again supply. Okay, so due to that the current I2 will flow through this moving coil. So due to that, this once again this moving coil will get also energized. So due to that the flux will be created around this moving coil. So as of now we are having three fluxes. Okay, so the flux created by the first coil of the fixed coil, flux created by the second fixed coil, and the flux created by the moving coil. Okay, so now what will happen? The flux created by these all coils will interact with each other now. The flux created by the fixed coil and the flux created by the moving coil will interact. So due to that interaction, so now the pointer will have some energy in it. So due to that, the pointer will start to move over the scale. So indicating the amount of power we are having. Is it clear? So in this way, we are going to measure the power with the help of the dynamometer type of wattmeter. So I think we already studied this dynamometer type of wattmeter in our basic electrical subject. Hope the working principle of this dynamometer is clear. And moreover, so this working of this dynamometer type wattmeter will not be there for your syllabus. So this is for your reference purpose. I am going to explain it. Is it clear? Okay. So now let us see the various errors which is going to occur in the dynamometer type of wattmeter. Okay, so mainly there are 8 errors are there. So first one is the error due to the inductance of the pressure coil, the error due to the capacitance of the pressure coil, the mutual due to the mutual inductance, due to the method of connection of current coil and pressure coil, eddy current errors, stray magnetic effects, error due to the vibration of moving system, and temperature errors. So these are the various errors we can see in the wattmeter. So first one is what? Due to the inductance of the pressure coil. So as we know, these are the pressure coils and current coils are there in our dynamometer, wattmeter. So whenever we give a more supply, what will happen? The inductance of the circuit will be increased. So due to that, now if the inductance is increased in the pressure coil, so due to that, what will happen? The calibration of the entire meter shows some error in the error. Whatever the pointer is moving on the top of the scale, right? It will now tend to show some less or more reading of the voltage or in power. So in this way, the error will be created in the wattmeter. Similarly, due to the presence of capacitance also, so the error will be occurred in wattmeter. And as we know, the mutual inductance which is occurring between the fixed coils, so the density of the flux will also play a vital role over here. So if the flux, whatever the flux between the fixed coils are there, if it is more, so it will have the tendency to reflect with the moving coils of flux. So due to that, what will happen? An error will be created in wattmeter. And another type of error is what? The connections of current coil and pressure coil. So these are the connection between a current coil and pressure coil. PC means what? Pressure coil, and CC means what? Current coil. So this is the regular way of connecting the pressure coil and current coil together. So now if I interchange the position of the pressure coil, so then also we are going to see some errors in the wattmeters. Okay, so this is another kind of error which we are going to occur in the wattmeter, and error due to the eddy current. So as we know, the moving coil is having some spring over there, right? Is it right? So due to that, what will happen? An eddy current will be created around it. So which means another kind of flux will be created. So this time how many fluxes will be there? Two fluxes of fixed coils, one flux due to the what? Moving coil. So due to that, an eddy current will be created and another flux will be created. So due to that, an eddy current will flow through the coils. So due to that, an error, once again, an error will be created in the wattmeter. Next one is stray magnetic effects. As we are having plenty amount of fluxes, there will be the magnetic field will be surrounded. So due to that, the error will be occurred, and error due to the vibration of the moving system. So if I move the wattmeters from one place to the another, so there will be the vibration in the entire system, right? So due to that, there will be an error. So if next one is what? Temperature error. So if we measure the power of particular appliances, okay, so let us consider the power consumption of the heater. So heater will be having more heat will be produced inside that heater, right? Appliances. So if I place that particular instrument near the heater, so the whatever the heat created by that the heater will be absorbed by the this wattmeter also. So due to that, what will happen? An error will be created. So in this way, these are the various errors we are going to see in the wattmeters.